What's going on, everybody, and those angry PS4 players? Welcome back to yet another video. What I got for you guys today is the best combos for the brand new skin Tango. As always, make sure you guys hit that like button down below and enjoy the video. You already know the deal with these combo videos. We're going to start off here with the Batwings, and for our first one here, we have the Batwing as Altitude, and for our next one, we have Assassin's Pack. I really like how well it goes with the armor and arm. For our third one, we have Cuttable. I know it doesn't really go well with a theme, but it does mesh well with the black, so if you like this Batwing, definitely go ahead and try it out. Moving on to our next one, we have Dark Matter. This is a Season 3 Battle Pass OG Batwing. For our next one here, we have the Batwing as Omnis Orb. Moving on to our first sword Batwing, we have as Wolfpack. We have another one that I haven't really shown recently in any of my combo videos, and that is the Sith Trooper Blaster. For our next one here, we have his Blade Bag. Now, you don't have to select this style specifically. There are other styles to it. The best one I think for this one is this one with the yellow, kind of the green pink with it. It really adds a lot of contrast to it. Of course, you can choose the pink one. It doesn't match the pink on the vest, but definitely go ahead and try out all these different styles and see which one works for you. For our next one, we have here a Batwing that shows a lot of color in Calavera. As you know, when the map gets night for nighttime, this Batwing does glow up. For our next one here, we have a Batwing that was part of a starter pack in Catalyst. For here, we have a highly detailed Batwing in Dual Comma. Moving on to our first wing Batwing we have here is Dusk Wings. Our next one here we have is Game Plan. Let me turn it because that is a little bright. It does have the light green that it does have on kind of around the shoulders of the skin, so it does look really good with it. Our next one here we have is Ghost Portal. I would suggest using the green style of it to match with that little green, but if you like the blue, it's your combo, it's your choice. Definitely go ahead and pick what works for you. Moving on to our next one here we have is Go Bag. Now I really like this style of Go Bag on here with the green. Of course, like I said, you can pick any other style you want between the red, you can pick the yellow, but for me specifically, I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. Moving on to our next one, we have here the Batwing as Heartless. Heartless was a Batwing that was part of the leftover set, and I really like the details on this Batwing. For another one here, we have a Valentine's Day themed Batwing, and that is Infatuation Pack. Of course, more styles to it with the purple, but if you really want to match well with the vest, definitely go ahead and pick the pink. For our next one, we have some more colors in Llama Corn Shield. Our next one we have here is Paint Pack, and I really like the contrast with the spray cans onto the skin. For this one, we have another starter pack Batwing in Palette Pack. Moving on here, we have a Batwing that I actually don't think I've showed you in any other of my combo videos, so it's kind of pretty rare for this one to pop in there, and this is Pool Party. This is a Batwing that was included in the Season 5 Battle Pass. For our next one, we have here a really dope Batwing for this skin in Scarlet Edge. Moving on to one of my favorite Batwings in Fortnite is Shining Star. I absolutely love this Batwing on a lot of skins. For our next one is Yes, another one of my favorites in Starfield. Go Bag, another starter pack Batwing. This does look really nice on the skin. For our next one, we have some more Batwings that have a lot of contrast, a lot of details, and a lot of color, and this is Waveform. For our next one, we have Banner Shield. Now, I didn't pick a color for this one, and I didn't include Banner Cape, as I didn't think the cape version of this worked well with the skin, but if you end up liking the cape more, definitely go ahead and choose that one. Moving on here, we have Crystal Llama. The green on this skin matches really well with the green on the edge, and it adds some really nice subtle contrast to the skin. For our next one we have here is Easy Reach, a very small Batwing. For our next one we have here the Batwing as Ghostly. The pink matches really well with the vest. Moving on here, we have a sword Batwing that matches well with the green, which is kind of surprising because you don't see this match really well at all, and this is Jade Blade. For our next one, this is a Batwing that was included with the brand new skin from last night in Terra, and this is Puma Pack. It does have other styles to it for the yellow, but for this one I think the green matches well just a little bit more. Moving on here, we have one of my favorite new additions to Fortnite for the Batwing, and this is Shelly, specifically for this style to match well with the pink. For our next one here, we have a selectable style of Scully, and this is the heart version of Scully's Satchel. For the last few here, we have here the Batwing as Smoothie. Our next one that we have here is Spectral Spawn, which is a really dope Batwing on this skin. For our second to last one here, we have is Contender, which was a Batwing that you could buy in the item shop for 200 V-Bucks. And for our last Batwing we have here is Hurricane. Now I know this is the Batwing that goes with this skin, but being that you can buy it separately in the item shop is the only reason I included it, since it did not come with the skin itself. To start with the pickaxes for this skin, we have here the first one as Harmonic Axis. For our second one here, we have Rift Edge. For our third one here, we have Scorcher. For our fourth pickaxe, we have a really cool pickaxe for the skin in Scratch Mark. For our fifth pickaxe, we have here the pickaxe as Street Sign. Now, I know you had to win this pickaxe through a tournament that you were able to compete to try to get the complex skin, but being that this skin that I'm doing a video for was in a tournament and they ended up releasing it in the item shop, gives me a feeling that they will be releasing the complex skin in the item shop as well, along with this pickaxe. So if you didn't get this pickaxe in the tournament, sit tight. I really do feel like Fortnite is going to release it in the item shop sooner or later. Now moving on to our next one, we have one that matches really well with this skin in Balloon Axe. For our next one, we have the dual pickaxes as boulder breakers. Now for a pickaxe that has a lot of colors, and with Easter coming up, we're going to have here the pickaxe as carrot stick. Moving on to another pair of dual axes as highlight strikers. For our next one here, we have renegade rollers, which I think looks really good with this skin. Moving on to revoker, I have it set to the red style, but of course you can choose from the yellow or even the green that matches really well with the green on these shoulders. For our next one here, we have one that has a lot of pink and a lot of gold in snake bite. For the following up of that, we have the pickaxe of Star Strike. For our third to last one, we have here the pickaxes as Tiger Claw. This really matches well with the green on the shoulder as well. For the pink, if you want to match well with that, definitely go ahead and choose Birthday Slice. And for our last set of pickaxes, we have the pickaxe as Twilight Strikers. Now moving on to the gliders, we have for our first glider here is Arcana. For our second one here, we have Metal Mark, and just like for the dual packs in Blade Bag, which is the backpack that goes with this, we have more selectable styles to it. Ones that is pink, as you can see here, and one that is yellow. But to really match well with the skin, I'm definitely going to go ahead and choose the original version of this. Now moving on to our third glider, we have here the glider as Sparkle Strider. A lot of color, very bright, so if you want something in that range, definitely go ahead and choose this one. Moving on to our fourth glider here, we have the glider as Pixel Pilot. Our next one that we have here is one that's going to match well with the skin, and that is Spray Sail. For our fifth one here, if you want to match with the bright pink of the skin, Sugar Crash is definitely going to be the glider for that. Moving on to our umbrellas here, we have the first one as Beach Umbrella. For our second umbrella, we have here is Holographic, and for our last one, we have here the umbrella as X. Now for X, Holographic, and Beach Umbrella, these were the umbrellas that you unlocked when you got your first win. For this one was Season 5. Holographic was Season 9, and for X this was Season 10. Now for our contrails, we actually have quite a few contrails for Tango. The first one that we're going to start off with is the All-Star. It has a lot of bright and colorful stars that come off of it that I think really match well with the skin with the bright colors of the pink and green. Moving on to our next one we have here is Beach Drop. Don't know why it's showing up. There we go. Beach Drop is a really nice and really dope contrail. For our third one is one of my favorite contrails in Celestial. For our next one here, since we have St. Patrick's Day coming up, we have here for the contrail is Clovers. Our next one here we have is Disco Dive. For our sixth one we have here is Fiber Optics, definitely one of my favorite contrails in the game. Since Valentine was very recent and you want to still keep going along with the Valentine's theme, you want something to match well with the pink, definitely go ahead and go with the Hearts contrails. For our next one we have here a contrail that is highly colorful and highly detailed in Neo Tubes. For this one we have here the contrail as Spectrum, really bright but really dope at the same time. A really awesome contrail that we have here that was introduced in the Season 4 Battle Pass is Spray Paint. For our next one here we have here the contrail as Swirls. Our second to last one here we have Vibrant. Vibrant was a contrail I did use a lot for a very long time and is one that looks really dope with the skin. And for our last contrail we have here the contrail that I show a lot in my videos, and one that I use a lot up until this day, and that is the contrail of 0 Point. Now moving on to our wraps for Tango here, we have the first one as Dark Angulator Shift. It does have a lot of black and a lot of bright pink, which match really well with Tango. For our second one here, we have another one that kind of matches well with Tango in Slurp, one of my favorite wraps in the game. For our third one here, we have the wrap as Shadow Angular Shift. Moving on to our fourth one, we have a wrap that was just introduced in the Fortnite, and that is Beacon Trance. For our fifth one, like I said, you want to continue on with the Valentine's Day stuff, I got you covered with the Cuddle Hearts wrap. For our next one, if you want to get a little down and funky with the disco rap, I know it's a little cringy, but let's continue and move on with the raps. Our next one here we have is Eternal Zero. I really love this rap, and it's one that I use for a very long time. For our next one here we have the Gemstone wrap. I like the purple, it really goes well I think with the pink and green. Moving on to a really dope animated wrap in Maximum Drift. This was introduced in the Season 10 Battle Pass if I'm not mistaken. Moving on to our next wrap, we have here the wrap as Paint Splash. This is a wrap that you also had to earn in that tournament with Complex, and being that I feel like Complex and that pickaxe is coming out, expect to see this wrap in the item shop very soon. Not 100% sure, but I do believe that it will appear there. Moving on to our next one here, we have the wrap as Frosted. I really like this wrap. It's very bright, very colorful. For our second to last wrap, we have here the wrap as Pink Splatter. And to end it off with more pink and more Valentine's Day wraps, we have here the wrap as Valentine. And that is it for today's video. If you liked any of the combos, or if you liked the video as a whole, make sure you guys leave a like down below. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads, and I will see you guys next video.